Okay, so this first part of the tutorial is about how to transfer files from the PC onto the Amiga. Now there's three options or methods you got here. The first one is if your PC has still got a floppy disk drive, then obviously you can use a disk and transfer files between the PC and the Amiga. Now the second option is you can link your Amiga and your PC together using a cable. The problem is these two methods are basically a pain in the ass. You need programs both on the Amiga side and the PC side to get these two methods to work, and I really wouldn't recommend trying to get these two methods to work because it's a pain in the ass. It's a lot of effort for little gain, and the chances are you ain't going to get these two methods to work, so I wouldn't recommend them. Alright, so the third option, and the only real one I think, is to get one of these. This is the ADF transfer kit, which you can purchase from AmigaKit.com. This will allow you to transfer files from the PC onto the Amiga or vice versa really easily. It's so simple, it really is. So as I said, you can get this from AmigaKit.com. It is really cheap, and what you get is, first up, you get this is a compact flash to PC MCIA adapter, and basically the Amiga 600 and 1200, sorry A500 owners, but you ain't got the port, but A600 and 1200 owners will have a PC MCIA port on the side of their Amiga, and this allows you to get a compact flash card and, bloody hell, there we go, insert it into this adapter and plug it into your Amiga. Also, if you're some PCs will have a PC MCIA slot, some won't. Some will have SD and compact flash card slots. So whichever one you got, this allows you to transfer files, put files onto the flash card on your PC and transfer them over to the Amiga. If your PC hasn't got a compact flash slot, or it hasn't got a PC MCIA slot, then you might want to head to some kind of hardware store or hardware site and buy yourself a little USB adapter for your PC. So you get the PC MCIA adapter, and you got the option of whether to have a compact flash card with the pack. You don't, if you've already got one, then you don't have to order one, but I didn't have one, so I ordered one with it, and that costs a bit extra if you want one of those. So that's those two things. Now obviously one of the most important thing is you get the ADF Easy ADF installation disk. This puts the program Easy ADF, which is how you get the programs and files off the compact flash card and onto your Amiga. It's basically an install disk. You really need this. So that's that. And of course, this yes. Of course, this kit comes with a load of instructions, and you won't get anywhere without these instructions. So that's what you get. Now, as I said, this is really easy. Basically, what you do is you put your compact flash in your PC. Put some, I know, ADF files on there, a game or whatever, put it into the PC MCIA adapter, plug this into your Amiga, switch your Amiga on, and then use the Easy ADF program to unpack those files onto your Amiga. It is that simple, it really is. I really recommend going to AmigaKit.com and buying this. This is just simplicity. That's all I can say about it. It's really simple. So that's how you transfer files from your PC onto your Amiga and vice versa. Right, well, on this bit of the video I'm going to show you how to transfer the files from your compact flash card actually onto your Amiga. But before I go on, there's two different file types I want to talk to you about. The first one is ADF. Now ADF files are disk image files and are most commonly used for games or ROMs. The other one is LHA, which you can see in this image. LHA are basically programs or compressed programs, and they contain various different parts of a program, and you will need to uncompress or unpack these files once you get them onto the Amiga. Right, well, in this program you can see I've got all these files here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to transfer them from the compact flash drive onto the Amiga. I'm not going to uncompress them because they're LHA, and as you can see there's a file of a hammer, and that's actually the program. When I go to play run the program, it won't let me run it because I haven't uncompressed it or unpacked it, so it won't work. So what we need to do is delete this file and unpack it properly. Okay, so now we're going to unpack the LHA file properly using the EasyADF program. So if I go into EasyADF, and as you can see you've got ADF files, all files, and then LHA files. Now these are the ones that need to be unpacked. So if I find installer ng, there it is, click on that. Now I'll go down to uncompress LHA archive, so I'll click on that. And then I want to put it in the works folder, so I press parent and then work and then OK. And now it will uncompress that program onto the Amiga. And like I said, the LHA files, they need to be unpacked or uncompressed onto the Amiga. Okay, so that's finished doing what it's doing. Alright, now we've uncompressed the installer ng file onto the Amiga. I'll just show you. There you can see it's got a proper icon now. So with installer ng having a proper icon, you can tell that it's been properly unpacked. Now a file that hasn't been unpacked will have these little hammer pictures, and that means that the file won't work because it hasn't been unpacked, hasn't been uncompressed, so it won't work. And as you can see there, if I just transfer it over without unpacking it, it isn't going to work. So thanks for watching this first part of the video, guys. Okay, well now I'm going to show you how to install games onto your Amiga hard drive. The first programs we're going to use to do this is GrabKick and SKick. Now I've unpacked these onto the works folder of my Amiga, and you might have to go to show all files to get it up. So I've put it in its own little drawer because the SKick program actually has all these files, and if you just put it straight into work it'll be a bit cluttered. So the first files you're on are in Kickstart, and as you can see you've got all these icons here, and they end in .pat and .rtb. Now the files that we only want to be concerned with is .rtb. Don't worry about any other files, we just want ones ending in .rtb. Now the A500 Kickstart ROM image is going to end in A500.rtb, but because I got a 1200, I need the A1200.rtb. Now you can find out which Kickstart ROM you got by getting this little screen up, and as you can see at the top it says Kickstart version, and as you can see it matches this Kickstart version .a1200.rtb, so that's the one I know that I want, because that's the one that I've got on my Amiga 1200. Now obviously if you've got the A1200 and you can get the image off that, you want the A500.rtb image, and I think that's the 1.3 one, and you just basically take that and put it into the devs folder, and as you can see I go into Workbench, I drag that icon into the devs folder, and that's all you do. It's as simple as that. Now the next program we need to use is GrabKick. So all I do is click on GrabKick, go to Parent, and Parent again. Now I want to put it in the Works folder, so click on Work and then OK. Now I was going to rename the file there, but it kind of wouldn't let me do it. As you can see, it kind of changed the directory, so I would advise against that, and just put it in your Works folder and we'll rename it afterwards, and then just click OK. Click out of these. Oh, there it is. So as you can see it says Kick and the version 468 I think. Now for some reason I'm actually doing this again, so I'm showing you twice. I actually recorded this with the video capture device, so yeah, there you go, Kick 40068, and what you want to do is go to icons, and it's not icons, yeah, and just go to rename. Now this is really important, you have to add on top of this, you have to add .a1200. This is really important, so make sure once you've got that file you rename it, just put .a1200, and that's all you have to do. And then once you've done that, you just click rename. There you go, and as you can see you've renamed it. Now what we want to do is put this Kickstart ROM image into the devs folder of Workbench, and you do this same method that I'm showing you here for SKick and the GrabKick. You do this for the same way for other versions of the Kickstart ROM. So whether you want to put a A500 one in there or whatever, you just use the same method basically. And as you can see, just drag it over. And as you can see, you've got both the .rtb file in there and the .a1200 Kickstart ROM images in there. So that's all we do for the first part of setting up the Amiga to install games. Now the next thing you want to do is install WHD load. So I've downloaded the file and unpacked it onto the work, and as you can see you've got some files here telling you about WHD load. I can't use HTML because I think it was only supported on Workbench 3.9. All you want to do is click install, leave it as it is, and proceed with install. Proceed. We don't want to mess about with where we're putting stuff. And there we go, all sorted. It's that simple, really. Yeah, we'll proceed with that, and now it's going to install some more stuff. It really is just a simple process. You put the Kickstart ROM images in a devs folder of Workbench, and then once you've unpacked the WHD load program onto your Workbench, or in Work rather, you just click on the install icon and away you go. So there's not much to it. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. It's pretty hassle-free. As I said, at some stage you're going to have to go onto the WHD load website and buy a registered version of WHD load, and that, you probably don't need to do that straight away, but at some point you're probably going to have to do that, and I think it is worth it, especially if you intend to install a lot of games on your Amiga. So there we go, installation is complete, and that concludes the first part of how to put games on your Amiga hard drive. It's pretty easy. So thanks for watching. Okay, so this is part 2, and in this one I'm going to show you how to actually install the game onto the hard drive. Now we've got it all set up and ready. So what you want to do is go to the WHD load website and go to installs, and there you'll find all the installers for various games. So if you want to install Terminator 2, the arcade game, you'd go on there, you'd find that installer for the game, and you'd transfer that onto your Amiga. Now once you've got that file onto your Amiga, I've got it in the Works folder, find the file, as you can see, Terminator 2, and we just click on that, click on install, get rid of these other windows, and just click proceed with install, proceed, and it gives you some information, more information about the game. Should say there as well what bugs have been fixed, and if you need the A500 Kickstart ROM, we want it in the games folder, and then proceed, and it will say what icon you want as well, and just click proceed, and now we're ready to install it. So we want disk 1. So basically, I just need to put disk 1 into the Amiga. And again, I captured this with the capture device, so it's probably a bit slow on, I don't know what I was doing, but probably trying to find the discs. There you go, I'm ready now, so proceed. And basically what this does, you get all different variations of these installers, and it might not look exactly like this, how it installs. It might look a lot different with the windows and stuff, but just follow what it says, click proceed all the time, and when it tells you to put the game in, the first disc of the game, just follow the process through. It's pretty simple, none of it's ever really complicated or anything. So, and as you can see, it just goes through each of the rows on the disk, copying everything over. Finished doing disk 1, now I've got to put in disk 2. What I'm going to do on this bit is I'm going to edit it. Of course, there's no need to sit here watching all that again, because it's basically going to go through the same process. So I'll put disk 2 in, and I'm going to hit proceed. So with the magic of video editing, okay, so we've installed the game now, so click proceed, and now the game should be in the games folder. I'll just take the disk out. there we go, Terminator 2, picture of Arnie, and we click on that, and then we get this window that appears, and obviously it's not a registered version of WHD load, that's why this pops up. Basically it says it's not registered, and please register, and they put a lot of effort into WHD load and the installs and stuff, which is right. They have put a lot of effort into it, and you know, without WHD load, you know, this installing games with only a few discs just wouldn't be possible really. So you know, it really is worth getting a registered version. I'd really advise getting a registered version, but I mean, if you're just starting out, then obviously you're not going to really need it, but eventually, eventually you're just going to have to register, because there's some games that won't run if you haven't got a registered version, so just bear that in mind. Now this is Terminator, the arcade game, and it is totally running off the hard disk now, and it really is honestly faster. There's no load times, no disk swapping, so it's really cool. Now I messed up on the controls there. I tried to use the joypad and it wouldn't work, and the controls went all funny in the game, so in here I just switched it back onto using the mouse, because I guess that's the only really way you can play this game. So like I said, no load times, it's really quick. You want the game, you hit start and you're immediately into the game. No swapping discs. It is so much better. So I'm just gonna let this game run now, and obviously, you know, I hope these tutorials have shed some light on, you know, a few things, a few areas, and I hope it's really helped people, and that, you know, everyone finds them useful. So without further ado, this is Terminator, the arcade game, and this is me signing off. So thanks for watching, guys.